Okay, I'm back, everybody. Hopefully this will last just a long time, a while, till I get this done. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, Silver's going to go meet with Jeffrey. All right, continuing on. This meeting happens at the park, where Silver pretty much repeats himself, adding the cheap shot that Hershey would never have been a part of this. Oh yeah, we'll still do a good explanation of what happened to her. It's then Jeff's turn to tell us what we already know about the impending incarnation before walking away. Oh, the impending incarnation, not carnation, incarnation before walking away. This cue was supposed to be the final scene of this segment, where the rest of the ancients crawl out of the woodwork. Back at HQ, Elias wrestles with going public, to which Harvey objects, his main goal being to keep people, quote-unquote, happily oblivious. And after a few hours of rest, the team suits up and confronts the opening credits. All right, the head score. There's a good story in here. Too bad they keep telling it over and over. First, Nagas tells us about, quote-unquote, casting one of the Order's most potent spells. Then Harvey conjectures about the possibility. And then Harvey conjectures about the possible impending spell and quote-unquote ancient totems. Then Larry guesses that Nagas is quote-unquote putting together some kind of spell. Then Jeffrey confirms it to Silver in the park that quote-unquote Nagas is casting a spell tonight. If I want to subject myself to this level of restarting the obvious, I'd watch a Dora the Explorer marathon on Nickelodeon. Changing the background scenery does nothing to minimize the redundancy. It would have been too much trouble to rethink the story. The scene in the park, for example, was totally unnecessary. What new information Jeff imparted on could have been delivered right there in the cave. Jeff could have emerged from his hiding place doing a slow clap. How Ian would pull that off is his problem. He and Silver would have the conversation, after which Jeffrey sinks back into the shadows, and when someone shines a light on him, he's gone. It accomplishes the same thing and reminds us that Jeff's not just in the story to react to Nagas, but that he's got some magical skills of his own. He's a quote-unquote magical skunk, remember? It's just a matter of adding a little show to the tale. And now a bit of history. Before they became plot points in such diverse literature works, such as Dashiell Hammett's The Maltese Falcon and Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code, the Knights Templar were officially known as the Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, founded around the year 1119. The Knights distinguished themselves as some of the most efficient fighters during the Crusades. The order also had non-combatants in their ranks who became prominent builders and bankers in the medieval Europe, initially formed with the favor of the Church. They suffered a sharp decline as the Crusades turned into a quagmire. In 1307, King Philip IV of France, who according to one historian was itching to get his hands on the considerable assets of the order, arrested and put to death a number of its members on charge ranging from the thump up to the Subrius. A complaint Pope Clement V disbanded. Pope Clement V disbanded the order in 1312, thus bestowing an air of legitimacy on the king's suppression of the order. This doesn't have much of anything to do with the wizard elites